Hey everybody, Dan Rowitz here, University of Options Daily Recap. Sorry this is late and sorry there was not one on Friday. We've had a problem with our dashboard. We now have a new dash, very fancy. I'll show that to you in a second. But let's start off with a quick market update. So the market did really well and got better and better as the day went on. This algo flow line you can see is mostly red and ended red, but keep in mind lots of times SPY is used for hedging. You can see the dealer exposure was down here around 430. And once we left that area, we ran right up to the next GEX level, which 431.30-ish. That was a level we had dealt with several times today. And then ultimately ran up to this big, fat, dark pool at 433.60. We actually closed at 433.80. I wouldn't be surprised if tomorrow morning we don't go back and visit this dark pool. We'll see. Or sometimes once you launch through them, you go. I just wouldn't be too surprised if we didn't see a retest here. So that's that. I'm trying to make these a little shorter, so I'm not going to go through, every single thing in terms of options flow and all that stuff. I will show you some of my, favorite things to look at. Next is the big money charts, and you can see the big money folks are buying, and they've been buying pretty heavily for several days now. You can see that here very clearly. You can see a little less buying on Friday, but almost no selling. So this is a bullish picture and it's taking the market with it. And I have very little reason to believe this won't continue. And what really helps me make that decision is what I'm going to show you here. And this is, again, our time cycles, which we've talked about many times. It's a very fascinating model. It uses you've probably never seen this before. I hadn't until I met Steven Swanson, the developer. But you can see here, the Dow is just straight up. And now we have the long-term market flat to maybe starting to turn up. The very bullish picture here. The NASDAQ, I can't even know how long it stayed up in this upper reversal zone. And it's turning up now. And the long end is also just pinned up there. I think that could stay for a while, although I do anticipate some kind of a pullback on SPY. But then again, it hasn't been happening, so we'll see. And then now we have the SPY turning up, although the long term's turning down a little bit. So this spells a little bit of chop. Overall, I view this as bullish when combined with what the big money folks are doing. There's one other thing we can look at here. And you can see SPY, the time cycle projections, straight up. And Q, up. Then maybe a little pullback. So pretty good picture here. We had a good day, but a really weird day. Here's where I'll show you our new dashboard. It's pretty fancy. And the numbers are still a little bit quirky. I can tell you that I went 8 wins, 1 break even, 1 loss, and just a whole bunch of tiny wins. It was really a challenging day. I'll show you those trades. But again, we made money. I think I was up $33 a contract. Lee's numbers are really out of whack here, but he was 6 wins, 1 loss for 43 cents. So he did very well. But anyway, this new dashboard, which I'll supply a link to, not only does it show every trade, but you can also look at just one date. You can look at a certain week. You could look at a month, all that stuff. And then we have the overview page here, which is pretty cool. And you can see over time, 594 trades with 523 wins, 88% win rate. This is when we started tracking this data. And then this shows you the total trades for Dan and for Lee. And sorry, this is total trades, and then this is Dan versus Lee in terms of trades taken. And then we have earnings by trader. Again, this is kind of out of whack here. We'll get that fixed. And then we have the day, which is pretty accurate, although one of these losses really was a break even. I did a little better than this is showing, but this is showing 14 wins, 3 losses, 82.5% win rate. Yeah, yesterday was 6 wins, no losses, 100% win rate. 7 day, you can see here, 55 trades, 10 losses, almost an 85% win rate. And then total trades for the month is 88%. So super happy with these numbers. And let's just quickly rifle through some of these trades. I had like so many little itty bitty baby wins. When you look back, it looks like it was probably better than it was. It's just we didn't have any follow through. So ultimately, the price may have gone up, but it just took its sweet time. And we don't like to be exposed to the market very long. So first one here, let me blow this up, make it bigger. First trade I took was at 8:30 a.m. And you can see we had the bull signal. We had to clear the dot, and the dot confirmed here on this candle. The chop index went down. It's exactly what we look for, in and out in like 2 candles. And then this one's kind of hidden behind here. Then next trade I took was at 8:43. Again, the bull signal fired. It had to clear the wick. It cleared on this candle. The chop index had dropped in and out. Small win, but a win. And these were like little baby wins. Next trade at 9:28. Once again, we had the bull signal. We have to clear this dot right here. Let me make this line just so you can see the dot that had to clear. You can see we cleared on this candle. The chop index went down. Whoops, that all happened here. Sorry. Even better. We cleared the dot and the chop index dropped a lot and in and out in 1 or 2 candles. Then the very next candle, we went in again because the chop was still going down and I still anticipated more of a breakout. These moves were so small. And then we took a third bite of the apple here, got in at, does that say 9:37, big drop in chop. And this was a decent trade, got out at 9:40. You can see the pattern. First the bull signal, second they clear the dot, or they clear the last wick on the left. And then we wait for the chop index to drop. And that's how we get almost a 90% win rate. Next trade did not happen until 10:46. And you can see here, we got the bull signal here. We had to clear this dot right here. And it cleared here. I'm not sure why I didn't go in here. The chop did look good. I could have made a little more money going in sooner. Instead, I went in here when the chop index did drop. Much more of a sure thing. Actually, I went in here. Yeah, chop was way down and got out just a couple of candles. Then another trade here at 10:58. Same idea, bull signal. There's no dot, so we got to clear these wicks here. This is the last wick on the left. Got something on my eye. I'm sitting outside. I'm exposed to the elements. Okay, 10:46, and you can see there was a nice big drop in chop. This was a pretty good trade. And then one more, 10:58. Bull signal, cleared the dot or the wick. Chop index and didn't drop much. A little bit of a questionable entry, but it worked. We made money. Never really even had a drawdown. And then the best trade of the day, I had really decided I was going to be done trading, just because it was a weird day. And then this whole run happened. And after a while, I just could not stand being on the sidelines. When you get signals that are this good, you just want to take them. So finally at 12:13, we had the bull signal here. You can see that. We had to clear these wicks. There's actually a little line here where the wicks are. So that actually happened on this candle. I didn't like the chop. I felt like it could have been a lot lower. Waited a couple more candles and then this happened. When the chop dropped that much and we broke above the wicks, that's a no-brainer. In and out 1 candle, best trade of the day. That was $11 per contract. So that's it. I hope this is helpful for you. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see a continuance of tomorrow's rally unless something comes out. Oh, CPI, by the way, be really careful. CPI could ruin the party if it comes in hot. Okay, guys, thanks. Bye.